What's up, everybody? This is Can't Stop the Unk with Project 5. So, for this project, you might have noticed that in my lesson 5 packet on GitHub, there was no Project 5 skeleton that I usually give you, right? So that was intended because you're gonna write this program from scratch, right? You're gonna write your public class and then you're gonna name it whatever file you want to name it, right? So like in my lessons, I name my public class Intro Java Lesson 5, right? So for whenever you make this project, you can call it whatever you want. You can call it game project or whatever, right? And then when you save it, it'll have that file name, right? So just write public class and whatever name you want to give your file. And then write brackets, and then you're gonna write your public static main, and then you're gonna close it off with your brackets, right? So make sure you end it with brackets. You have same number of matching brackets, so you don't have any compilation errors. And then you're gonna write your program, and you're gonna use methods, or you should use methods to make this a lot easier, right? And you're gonna write this game that I'm gonna show you. So what this game is it's a basic game. You're playing against a computer, so you're gonna have to design an AI, right, to play against too, right? So you're gonna have to design the game, and you're gonna have to design an AI. And here, it's a card game basically, or a numbers game. So in your hand, you have basically 5 cards with 5 values, right? So you have card 9, 8, 9, 2, 8, right? And then you're gonna decide which card you want to play, right? So you can play the 5th card, which would be the number 8 card, or you can play the first card, which has a value of 9, right? And the computer also has their own hand, right, of numbers, and they're gonna play a card too. And whichever card has the higher value gets the score, right? So you can see I have the score printed up here. So currently 0-0 because we haven't played anything yet. So, and the numbers, I designed the game to go from the lowest card value is 1, and the highest card value is 10. So you're gonna make 10 cards, right? Value 1 through 10, and then you're gonna give the human 5 cards, and you give the computer 5 cards, right? So I'm gonna play the first card in my hand, so it's gonna be value 9, and I won, right? So the computer played a card that was lower than 9, so I won. So you can see that the score gets updated because I won, right? So now it's 1-0 for the human, me, and I draw a new card to replace the card I played, right? So this time I have a card of 3. So I'm gonna play again. So let's just go with the 4th card. I'm gonna play 2. So the computer played a higher card, so the computer won. And you just can play this over and over and over. You can play this as long as you want, right? So I'm gonna play. Oh, and there's some error checking as well that you need to do. So you see how I entered 8, right? If I put in -5 or whatever, see I have to enter a valid number. It has to be 1 through 5, right? So I want you to implement this error checking. And this is obviously you need user input, so you're gonna need the scanner class, right? So this program is basically a summary of everything that we've gone over, lesson 1 through 5, right? Because I want you to hammer down all the fundamentals that we've gone over in lesson 1 through 5 before we move on to higher level concepts like classes and objects, right? Because if you don't have a fundamental understanding of methods and variables and how to do loops and if statements, learning high level stuff is not going to be useful if you don't even know how to use it and implement it, with the low level details. So this is what this project's for. That's why I'm having you write it from scratch, and this will basically test. It's like a litmus test of your understanding of lessons 1 through 5 so far. Anyways, so when you play the game, you gotta have some error checking. Make sure that the user enters a valid number from 1 through 5, right? So again, I played the 3rd card and I won, and you can just keep doing this forever and ever, right? You don't exactly have to outlay it like this when you play the game. You can print it out however you want. You can make it look however you want. I just made it look like this. It could probably be a little better, but this is what the game should look like, okay? And that's pretty much what your job is to do for this project. And of course, I'll post the solutions on GitHub, right? I have my solutions up here, you can see. And obviously I'm playing the game, so obviously I have the solution. So design this game and have fun with it. And don't worry about it taking a long time or it being frustrating, because honestly, when I was starting out, if I was in your position, making this program, it probably would take me several hours. I don't know how many, maybe 8. I don't know. But it would take me a while. And if it was like something at school, it would probably take me a week, right? This would probably be a week assignment project. So it's okay to spread this over a couple days, keep working at it, and just you'll get it. And at the very least, you're going to have a better understanding of where you are in your programming skills. So, all right, I'll see you for lesson 6.